evening, my name is The Threat. I'm on Alarm Copter server of Joyous Win.
Hello.
And today it's the match between the Hearts of Steel, who are the red team, and the blue team, who have their name secret the entire time. Their name is FAP, standing for Furry Agonizing Prostate. Yep, we waited a long time for that laugh from Alarm Copter. That was the whole point of keeping it secret. I'm sorry, if you don't want to hear comments, please feel free to mute us. But, you know, we try not our best to say where spies are and that kind of stuff, but I thought you knew the deal what was going on today. But, yeah, if you don't want to hear us, please mute us. I'm afraid Autumn is staying on. This should have been discussed earlier. Sorry about that. Now, wait, blue out first. There goes FAP. There's Rob. Championship heavy, but Chris is bouncing around quite hard. Don't join just yet, Daddy Chasm. Let them fix it itself for the time being. They might have a late start, that's all. No, Rob's in there though. He's really destroying everything.
Yeah, I think this might actually be even faster than last time round, and I thought you couldn't really get much faster on A Point of Steel, although it's kind of being defended, but yeah, they've just managed to push blue back, but yeah, blue is staying strong. I don't think anyone's really died. They've only had a couple of casualties, whereas red are kind of, Heart of Steel are kind of getting killed left, right and centre. And there we go, yeah, that's a very quick cap of A.
Yeah, that was the thing. We saw, you know, previous round, we saw the Enroll getting there really fast. That was with the other team not realising that actually started yet. And this team got in pretty much quicker than that. This is looking at a very strong start from the FAP. Now, here's the thing. What do Enroll do? Hearts of Steel do?
Well, I think it really just comes down to, at this point, you kind of have to just have, you know, we've kind of learned that you need to have a very good idea of what's going on this map. And I think that, you know, I would have said, considering the sort of, I guess, prestige of a lot of the guys on Hearts of Steel, I would imagine they're fairly aware of how this map works.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, this is a tricky map. If you know the ins and outs of it, it's very much your advantage. I mean, it's one of those maps you do need to kind of learn up on. For the time being, B is actually quite well defended for the time being. You know, it's well, I was saying one thing. I'm going to say it though. The FAP are showing signs of cowardice. They're not really moving forwards. They're staying out of that firing line.
Yeah, I mean, that said though, they aren't suffering nearly as many casualties as we've seen in the sort of past. You know, this is much longer stakeout than we've seen beforehand, and I don't know, that could work into FAP's advantage if they can keep it going long enough. They may be able to just wear Hearts of Steel down.
There they go. There's Twisted Trev. Okay, I think Hearts of Steel has really managed to get their defense back here. Once more, it's Rob again. This guy, you know, Rob is their kind of old warhorse for the time being. You know, he kind of moves in. That's the thing with the heavy. I mean, a good heavy just soaks up all the damage. And just, you know, hopefully everybody around him takes stuff down.
Yeah, well, I mean, so far in these games that we've seen, it's pretty much been like the heavy has kind of been the spearhead of all of the good attacks on the points. You know, as classic and as standard as it is, there's not a whole lot you can do against an Ubered heavy, and it seems to work wonders. So. That may well be worth something. May well be worth trying later on in this game for FAP.
Well, that's the thing. The thing with the heavy right is it's a very hard to straight count. You can puff it away, but even then, just shoot the pyro pushing away. Well, speaking of pyros, yep, away, back, you insensitive candles, back.
See, now that was pretty much like the perfect counter to an Ubered heavy, an Ubered pyro. Like you said, you know, obviously. An Ubered heavy could just shoot the pyro, but when he's Ubered, it's kind of like, well, there's nothing I can do. But then, you know, there's nothing either of them can do. It's basically just the clash of nothing.
Yeah, here's the thing though. One thing I'm not seeing yet, let's have a check, see what's going on in other places. Ah, let's see what's going on here. I think Deep Fried Monkey's got this. I think actually Hearts has still been planning quite hard. This is looking like quite a shutout game for the moment. Yeah, look at that point 8 defense though. It's looking damn good. The Viking Doctor using Viking magic. It exists. This is the thing, they're trying to break in here, and you know what I'm thinking here? Just use short circuit, that'll fix the problem.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's pretty much like I think both times where we've seen Blue take a real bashing have been, I think, with Faster Scar and there's that cake with the Kritzkrieg, and it's working really nicely. Especially considering, obviously, Kritzkrieg is a little bit faster and a little bit faster to charge up, and I don't think the FAP are actually managing to bring out any Ubers. They've kind of just had one the entire game so far.
That's the thing. They meant. Yeah, I haven't really. I've seen a couple of Ubers here. They're trying to sail B, but it's looking like a real shot game. I mean, Hearts have still got this game down for the time being. They don't have one foot on B yet, and it's been painful for them. They might need to up their Uber count at this rate. I don't know what's going to have to happen here. One thing I am liking though is that seeing the Heart of Steel engineers, and they're Rio grinding. That's an amazing thing to see. Now, Rio grinding is a particular move you'd have to get an achievement for. So, where you got it, you know what it is. Where you don't got it, yeah, you need to know what it is.
Yeah, Hearts of Steel are really timing these crits pull offs really, really well. I mean, they pretty much waited for the instant that the Blue Zuba faded, and straight away crits, everybody dead. It's kind of pretty much they've got the perfect defense down. There's not a whole lot they can do. I mean, okay, yeah, there's an attempt going on at E, but even then they've got that on lockdown.
Well, they got on lockdown, but it looks as if they're the FAP are breaking in somewhat. But this is the game right here. Who can the FAP destabilize the Hearts of Steel enough so that their team numbers are badly distributed? That's where this game comes in. It does require a good amount of communications and skill and knowing the map. I'm bugging up communications right now because it's all talk right now, but somewhat. The thing I'm seeing here, yes, teams could dial use a short circuit right about now. Although saying that, Jack Wild's nice takes down that sentry. Oh, okay. Somewhat promising.
Yeah, this is actually a really good breakout. I think there was a little bit of a flub with the Red's Kritzkrieg. It didn't really pay off as well as it could have. I mean, we've got a Red Uber coming in here, but yeah, nice pyro work from, who is that? Merc Pyro. And, ooh, this is looking very tense. I think Red might have just managed to pull it back, but that was very, very close. And, Blue did manage to get all the buildings down for that attack as well. So if they can keep it up, then they might be able to get in there.
Well, they got to get in now. The problem is at 1 minute 40, that was the best attempt they had. They need to pull more of that off. Crits heavy. Oh, jeez. That's not looking pretty. Thankfully, I think, Hearts just missed that. And that sentry, again, is doing a bang.
Yeah, this sort of spot is a really good one for the lock and load from FAP's point of view. That's the best option they could go for that, because, so far, a lot of Heart of Steel, they've been sort of huddled around buildings, things like that. A good lock and load shot could actually put half the team into casualty.
Well, that's the thing, actually. You get a good air shot from rocket launcher with crit on it. That would take it. They are bunching a little, and that's the thing. They're staying alive, which is actually a key skill of a good red team, actually. Not to die too quickly. Unfortunately, I find that every pub server I go on, rage quit. That sentry is like, nope, kill that thing now. All the firepower.
Yeah, FAP have definitely gotten wise to it now. They know exactly where they need to be to take it down, and I think it's like a good double assault of soldiers there that's working really, really nicely.
Oh,
and Faster Scar, last guy on the point. I think they might be able to cap this, but there's a Red Uber coming through again.
Yeah, no, that Red Uber, those medics have got their things timed. Oh, nice stabber from Jerry. Takes out Deep Fried Monkey. But this is the thing, though. Blue can't seem to just displace Red Team. I mean, Red Team now got a few nice, good respawn time to go over here, but they need to get on that point. Oh, medic there, trying to buy time. Blue needs to get on that point. Squeeze. Oh, oh no. Oh wow. Split second, red team just win. They capped the point, but apparently, nope, game says no. Good first round there to Hearts of Steel. Okay, round 2. Now let's take the other team and go around again. So let's see the Hearts of Steel push up this time, and then let's see, you know, the FAP can defend. So, I mean, from the looks of it though, the Hearts of Steel look really, really good in terms of defending. I mean, they've got very good coordination, but the attack, not sure what's going on here. Now, here's the thing, I'm not sure what happened there, why that match blew up, but I think it was because the overtime was so long that the game defaulted to say, no, they lost. I don't know, I really don't, but I'm going to stick in the judgment of the game on this one.
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Doors open. Oop, and there it goes. Well, there's Mare there trying to go. Blue are trying out the front door. Trying, that was a word. Yep, there it goes again. It's the crits versus the Uber thing. You just can't nail those things down.
Yeah, I have to say the medics are actually being real stars of these games so far. Their timing is pretty much excellent from both sides as well. You know, blue comes out with the crits, and red has an Uber ready to go just before like the first bullet hits, and it's pretty much spot on all around. Yeah,
this is the thing though. You know, Hearts of Steel are really pushing on here. Not as great an attack as the previous team did, but you know, I mean, FAP really pushed that hard, managed to break in immediately. But you know, Hearts of Steel are doing a good job of pushing consistently, and I think that one might be their winning race here. Now let's see what happens here towards point B. Hopefully, no glitchiness this time, but. Sorry about that, but yeah, no. Now, anyway, let's see what's going on here. Now, we haven't seen a real quick cap of B yet. We did see it, you know, the first round we had. That was an amazing play there, but who was that? I think that was Awesome Egyptians, wasn't it? That play by Francis, been that sentry on that area, completely locked down point B for blue team.
I have to say, I'm really liking what Hearts of Steel are doing now. Actually, by the looks of it, yeah, they're trying to cut off Red's spawn point, and it's actually working really nice. Although the problem is, I don't think they're putting enough people into attacking on B.
Yeah, that might be a problem. Thing is, you can't really cut off Red Team too much. They've got 3 different spawn exits, and it's going to come down to defending B and E at this rate. Right now, this is looking like quite a hard shut game here from the FAP. Now they've managed to get down quite hard. This is the thing we saw last time, though. It was a very, very good shutout game here. I'm wondering how you get through this map. Actually, I mean, personally, I would like to see some engineering around about point D to A, and perhaps work it from that way.
Yeah, I mean, so far, every single time we've actually had a game where D has been capped, it's been with pretty much 0 resistance from the defending team. You know, there's been maybe a sentry or a sniper or something like that, but very, very little in the way of a big defense. It's all really happened on B and C, to be honest.
But this is the thing. I mean, a good engineer on the blue team really pays dividends in this map. No, it's the longest story we've had from the commentary channel, which is that we've not found the amazing engineer yet. They exist, but they just don't seem to be attracted to us. So hello to everybody on the broadcast there, thank you for turning up. This time we're in double numbers today, yay, I can barely see the face. And from the looks of it, oh well, okay, they just capped B, nicely done.
And probably died as well, so I mean, you know, pretty much perfect timing to get it, because had it been a second later, they would have been dead anyway.
I'm liking Core there. And where do I go? Gate thing, you're not open. Oh no. But yeah, this is the thing that now, point C is all about speed. Whoever gets there first pretty much wins this, and I think Red just managed to settle himself in there quite nicely, but we're giving that a challenge. Well, that's the thing, they capped well in advance. They weren't in overtime so much. I don't know what happened there. It is a bit of a glitch. I'm really sorry about that.
Alert. The control point is being contested. Alert.
Now, in any case, back to the... Oh, there's an Uber. Fast car. Fast Oscar, I should say. Barely getting our name right.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
Now, in any case, what's happening on E for the timing? Well, it looks like there's a medic there, Ubered, but nowhere to go. Oh, okay, this is going to be interesting. Very interesting. Oh, and again, what is it with the lock and load that just shuts down everybody on E?
Yeah, I mean that was that was a very nice triple assault there. I mean, like 3 Doman, 1 with a lock and load, and 2 throwing out stickies. On a point like that, it's kind of impossible to stay alive. I mean, you know, you either die or you get chucked into the pit anyway.
Yeah, I mean, point E is for when a team really sucking hard, or you're being playing something very tricky. But usually you have to win this game the old-fashioned way of going for A, B, C, D, and E. But C is always the sticky wicket here. I mean, it always just doesn't seem to go. Right now, 6 minutes 33. I think, you know, FAP can, you know, the Egyptians can still break. The Hearts can still break into this. I mean, so far, it might be a double defense right now. But again, here's where I would say an engineer would be worth their weight in gold, because getting like a teleport up to the front and keeping pressure on C and E a lot would be really helpful. The thing is, right now, you know, the FAP have got their second spawn point. They go straight to E and they go straight to C. They've got a very short distance, even though they got longer spawn time. But the travel time for Blue is so bad, it kind of equalises it out.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what we've seen the entire game, is that blue teams have really struggled getting towards C, and it's just been because they have had to walk all the way from spawn. You know, they've got to traverse an entire point that red could still well be defending if they choose to do that. And you know, it's really not an easy task to get that far.
Uh-oh, who's in the hole? There goes Rob. Pushed. No, get out of my way. But the thing, oh yeah, also there's people in live chat. Unfortunately, I can't see very long lines of text. No, the FAP right now is red. It's the Hearts of Steel are on blue. For you guys over there in live chat. In the broadcast. Now, in any case, that 4 minutes 54, and you know, there's been no let up in the C defense here. I don't know what it comes down to. C's always like the toughest one. D goes easy, and in my experience, previously D used to be the tricky one.
Yeah, I mean, like,
what are you saying?
Yeah, whenever I've played, you know, on like a, as they say, Valve tier server, it's pretty much been that C kind of just, you know, I guess it is partly because, you know, on a Valve server, not a lot of people are sure where C is. You know, it's a little bit tricky to get to for both teams, but is somewhat more direct for a blue team going straight from A, and so, you know, C tends to just, you know, be a fairly standard rollover, and yeah, like you said, D tends to be the very hard defended one, and it's kind of odd that when you get players that are perhaps you know, a higher level than the standard fare of a Valve server, it, you know, it kind of sort of goes on a complete flip.
We're really sorry, Morrow. The problem is with snipers, they are a bit further back, you can't see them as much, and there's stuff going on everywhere. No, we do tend to notice snipers when, you know, an amazing thing happens. But anyway, so look at this though. And Hearts still just managed to take C. They got some more time on the clock, and this time, this is where I always find the part of the challenge comes. How well do the teams know the map? And for you, man, and you know, everybody else on Steam, is basically, do they know how to get to point D from A? Because that's usually a big one. I've seen teams go from A, B, C to D. They don't realise, oh wait, you got A from D. Yeah. But anyway, 6 minutes 19. Quite a bit of time on the clock there. A little bit of a blue vanguard there. They're a little bit stuck.
control point is being captured.
Oh, that was some nice work there. You know, Hearts are still just getting in around that sentry. I don't know what it is. Engineers tend to build in that spot straight away and forget that the initial blue rush comes from C, not A.
Yeah, there are a lot more ideal places to build sentries. I mean, there's a couple of particular spots. They are difficult to get to, but they're also very difficult to attack. And you know, it's usually worth putting the time investment in getting a sentry to a slightly more tricky spot, because you may find it will actually save the game. But I mean, it does look like blue are going to come in and pretty much take. Yeah, they're taking D pretty much by storm.
Shaggy, man, you're not supposed to be here. I don't know how you got in, but you're not supposed to be here. Now, in any case, okay, now, the thing I do find... Okay, by the way, you guys in chat, yes, I can see what you're saying. Actually, it will be recorded. It's good for you. But yeah, Shaggy, you're in a spectator, but please do not play in the game. You're not supposed to be here. You can sit in the front seat. That's what you can do. And you can have a little juice box in the glove compartment. That's about it. But right now, though, I mean, that D's looking quite threatened. I mean, the thing with D, actually, is if that goes, it's almost curtains to hold E. But we've seen that before, and, you know, teams have survived. It's 31 though. I mean, they are pushing it. This Hearts of Steel. What would you say? You know, teams need to be doing here. I think for who's red team, FAP, they kind of really need to be getting some defense in place and keep counter-attacking. For some reason, I'm seeing that Hearts of Steel are attacking from C still. I don't know how they're getting from that angle. That's very unusual for this map.
Yeah, I mean, I think they could have had quite a good attack there. There have been a couple of times where D has been very, very close to getting completely capped. And I think, I mean, who is that? Rob and John from Sweden are doing some nice work. And as well as that, I think Hearts of Steel are just being a little bit too slow at throwing people in. They're kind of just waiting and throwing a couple of people in at a time, but obviously there's a heavy there. It's not very hard for a heavy to take out a couple of people.
Yeah, heavy, the unknown mass murderer. They really are if you get stuck in a fight with them. The thing though is with blue right now, again, it all comes down to that engineering. If you can get the thing going, yeah, that's great. Right now they are. I mean, if Froggy can actually stay up, the problem is they're neglecting their engineers again. It's a classic case of you really need to keep these guys alive. They're really super handy. Damn it, Shaggy, you also spectating in broadcast as well. I can see the chat, you know. Yeah, I'm missing all the action. To be honest, I don't know where it is. Steel is a bit of a nebulous map, but you know.
The control point is being contested.
Did somebody get telefragged? Oh, I missed that. No, 2 minutes 30 on the clock. Point D still hasn't been taken, and I feel that I don't know what it is with a lot of teams, they just don't throw their way at point D and try and grab E instead. Yeah,
I mean, Heart still had a really, really good chance there. I'm not sure who it was. I think it might have been Deep Fried Monkey or possibly Twisted Trev. He got crits, but I think it was Flash or one of the other medics. Unfortunately, they sort of got cut off from each other, and I think had that crits come off nicely, that would have actually been a really, really easy cap of D then. But it does look they are kind of attempting it, but again, there's just not enough people, and Red are swarming them.
The Red Swarm. But yeah, 1 minute 41, and oh yeah, what's going on with this teams here? We've got 12 to 11 players. Hearts of Steel, do you require an extra player? Because if so, we will throw in Daddy Chasm. I think no, Jojo's coming back. Don't worry, I think it's cool. Okay, it's all good. Yeah, this is the thing we'll keep subs on tap. Flash 239 there. Nice work. Just run away. Don't get into a medic fight with a Demo Knight. That's not a good idea. That's the thing. The temptation to battle medic is really high sometimes. You've got to deny that. Oh, that ain't good.
I have to say, I'm really not sure how Quor managed to survive that. He was pretty much caught out on his own, and there was a good like 4 or 5 people from Heart of Steel with crits as well going off. I think there was a heavy with crits, and somehow he didn't die, which I don't know whether or not that's skill or just luck.
And from looks at it, I think Deep Fried Monkey has left the server. Yeah, some little bit dodginess in terms of what's going on here, but 21 seconds now. They've got a Cap D pronto, or they've got a Grabby or something. This is the problem. I think they've been divided a little bit too much. I don't know what it is. Hearts of Steel haven't really managed to get it nailed down. Ubered Engineer. Oh, sign of desperation right there. Gets rid of Jerry, but that's a win there for the furry, agonising prostate.